All right, everyone. So we have some news and announcements for Raid Shadow Legends, and let's take a look at what is going to be the biggest of these announcements first of all. So let's go to the left side of the screen over here to the news icon, and this will show us here at the top that we do have a global summoning boost. So this is going to be a double rates event coming for Sacred Shards. Now, so far, we have only had these events for one type of shard at a time. This double rates event is going to be specifically for Sacred Shards, so very importantly, it's not going to be for Ancient Shards, it's not going to be for Void Shards, it's only going to be for Sacred Shards. I know whenever these double rate events come out, I always see a bunch of people just summon all of their shards. If you want to, that's totally fine, that's up to you, but just keep in mind that you're only going to be getting the double rates for Sacred Shards. And Sacred Shards are going to give you double the chance of Legendary Champions. Doesn't really make sense that they give you double the rates on Epics like they do for Ancient and Voids, because you're already guaranteed to get an Epic from Sacreds anyway. So this is pretty cool. I am definitely looking forward to this one because I actually have quite a few Sacred Shards saved up here. So if you guys want me to end up summoning these Sacred Shards, let me know. You guys know that I usually am pretty conservative. I like to save my resources, but it doesn't really get any better than these double rates events. This is going to be the best time to do your summons. Whenever one of these events comes out for a particular type of shard, I would summon those shards. So for double Sacreds, I would probably summon your Sacred Shards. For double Voids, summon your Voids. And of course, for double Ancients, I would summon your Ancients. However, one piece of advice that I can offer alongside with that, and this is probably going to be my number one tip and my number one piece of advice for these double rate events, is they normally end up lasting for a couple of days, right? So if we take a look here, and we'll see from 9 UTC Friday, December 6th through 9 UTC Monday, December 9th. So it's going to last for the entire weekend, and it doesn't really take very long to summon your shards. You know, maybe it takes a few minutes to clean up your inventory, your vault storage, but besides that, it's not a long-term event like one of those long champion training events where it can take you many hours or many days in order to actually complete. These things you can usually get done pretty quickly, and it lasts for 3 full days. So I would always err on the side of caution, and I would try to resist the temptation to summon immediately after this event comes out, and I would wait until as close to the end time as you can. Wait until the last day. At least I wouldn't really push the limits in case something happens or the event turns off a few minutes earlier or whatever, but try to wait until the last day or so. And the reason why I offer this huge piece of advice is because you guys know Plarium at this point. They really like to do Plarium things and start running another type of event, probably summoning related, close to the last or close to the ending period of the previous event. So they kind of give you a bonus for really resisting the temptation to summon right away. And I mean, that's one way to think about it, but another way to think about it is they want people to summon their shards, and then they release another summoning event, another summoning type tournament or something along those lines, and then people have already summoned all their shards, so now they're tempted to buy more. And this is a reoccurring theme in Raid Shadow Legends. They don't just do this with the summoning events. They actually just did this right now with an ongoing event that we have right now, and that is the Dungeon Divers event. So this event has been going on now for several days. It ends in a day now, but just recently they ended up adding the Ice Golem tournament. So if you ended up doing your Dungeon Divers event all at once right when it came out, then the Ice Golem tournament comes out, and now if you want to go for all the rewards in the Ice Golem tournament, you have to do that again. But if you waited, you could have actually gotten both of them done at the same time. So this is just the example with the Ice Golem tournament and the Dungeon Divers event, but they do the exact same thing with summoning events as well. So they'll include a double rates event or one of the 10 times rates for specific champions, and then they'll have that event run for a few days, and then on the last day what they'll do is they'll add either a summon rush, or most likely what they usually like to do, what I've noticed from previous experiences, is they'll add a champion chase tournament. So I would expect that at the end of this, is just my prediction here, it ends in a little under 2 days, a day and a half or so for this Ice Golem tournament. My prediction is that after this Ice Golem tournament ends, we're going to see a a champion chase tournament. So if you do wait, there is a good chance that you'll be able to knock 2 birds out with 1 stone and get your double rates for the Sacred Shards, and also complete whatever summoning events that Plarium decides to pull in towards the end both at the same time. So I want to bring that up, and there's really no reason, unless you just really feel like you need to summon right away, there's no reason to, so you might as well just wait until closer to the end date of the actual event. So that's the advice that I can offer. Now, going back to the actual event screen, you guys see it's pretty crowded here. We actually have 3 events going on at the same time. 2 of them, of course, are about to end pretty soon. We have the Dungeon Divers event, which I actually completed, the Artifact Enhancement event, which I definitely completed because it's been a very long time since we had this. I've had that entire video about how this is really just a cursed event with everything that's going on. It'll be interesting to see when we see this event come back, or what's going to happen with all the craziness that's really kind of gone along with this event through the history of Raid Shadow Legends. We also have this Arena Assault event that started up. Very similar to how we've had Arena Assault events now for a while. It used to be so that they don't all give you 1 medal. Right now, bronze medals, silver medals, and gold medals all give you 1 point. It used to be, I believe, gold gave you 4, silver gave you 3 or 2, and then bronze gave you 1 or 2. So, used to be a bit different, but now they've structured it so that all the medals give you 1 point each. 950 over 4 days, though, that seems pretty reasonable. I haven't really done the exact math yet, but if you get 10 refill tokens, 15 through your daily login rewards, then 1 per hour, that's about 20 because you're probably not going to use them all every day. Then another 15, 35, that's 120 points over 4 days. Actually, that's pretty difficult. I don't know. This event might not be, I'm not too sure. This one might be a bit of a struggle to those of you guys who are free to play or don't decide to use any refills or bags or any extra stuff to accomplish this event. But if you look at the rewards, also, it's not like you're really missing out on a whole lot. No legendary tomes, 1 ancient shard, a few gems, a little bit of energy as well. You should still be able to get some of these rewards here at the top nonetheless. So that's going on. Of course, the Ice Golem tournament as well. So we have 3 events and we have a tournament going on, which is actually pretty crazy considering that this is not a fusion event. Now, this would be normal if we had a fusion event, like for the Brackus fusion and for the Harvest track. There's always a bunch of events and tournaments going on so that you can get all the champions in order to fuse for that. But without that going on, this is definitely pretty crazy, and I would honestly expect that it's going to get even crazier coming up with the holiday events. Now, Plarium has indeed said that there will be holiday events and possible holiday fusion. I don't know if they've confirmed that it's going to be a fusion, but they've definitely said there's going to be holiday events coming up really soon here. So keep that in mind. Even though we have a double rates for Sacred Shards, even though we have 3 events and a tournament going on, you guys can expect that there's going to be plenty more of this coming up really soon. And with the holiday events, they didn't say that it's guaranteed to be Sir Nicholas fusion or anything like that, but it's probably still going to be pretty good. So if you are limited on resources, if you have to make the decision, do I really want to use all of my resources for the events that we have going on right now, or do I want to wait, especially given that we know that there's going to be confirmation of holiday events? I would honestly probably err on the side of caution and maybe not using all of your resources for these events right now, because these ones are kind of like the filler events. They don't really have any insane rewards. It's epic tomes, no legendary tomes. You can take a glance at the rewards and they are not going to be as great as like the giant champion chase tournaments, the champion training events that we have where you need, 15,000 points, but you get some pretty crazy rewards from those. So just keep that in mind as well over the next week or so as we get more possible news about those holiday events. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the rewards that we actually got for the voting competition for Google Play. Now, I'm actually a couple of days late to the party on this one. This one was a couple of days ago, but Plarium did actually give out some free gifts to everyone. They are in your mailbox. If you haven't claimed them yet, definitely make sure to take a look. These ones, I believe, expire in 7 days, but this is some pretty good stuff. A legendary skill tome to everyone for free. Whether you voted or not, by the way, you didn't have to vote in order to end up getting these rewards. They still should have showed up in your mailbox as long as your account was active before this little notice popped up on December 3rd. These rewards should all still be in your mailbox. Just make sure that you've logged in and out of the game by then, but it's been several days, so you probably should have done that already by now. So, legendary skill tome, a void shard, 3 ancient shards, and 300 energy. Definitely not bad. Probably one of the best freebies that we've gotten from Plarium so far. So, I mean, thank you very much. You know, I really don't know how they handled this whole Google Play Users Choice Awards. I think that if they said that they were going to give rewards out first, they probably would have gotten some more votes. And I also think that at the time that they were trying to really promote themselves for this Google Play User Choice Awards, there were a lot of problems going on. I remember that they were constantly bringing out these warnings saying, hey, vote for us, hey, vote for us, and there were so many other problems going on at the time. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe it was something with the Brackus fusion, but there was a bit of unrest in the community, and then they just kept bringing out these vote for us, you know, pop-ups, and it was very agitating for a lot of players. So I don't think that they really handled this the absolute best. I think that if they handled it this way and you know, kind of showed their appreciation before actually flashing a million pop-ups saying vote for us, I think the community probably would have reacted to this overall a bit more positive, and I think they would have had a much better chance of winning. Now, of course, they did end up losing to, I believe, Call of Duty Mobile, which is a much bigger game, probably even more well received. I mean, I don't really know the whole story there, but I still think it would have done them a little bit better to kind of approach this entire situation a little bit differently. But either way, thank you for the gifts. Really appreciate it. Make sure that you guys get those in your mailbox before they do end up expiring. So that's going to pretty much be everything for the news and announcements today. I wanted to share with you guys this information, especially that tip about the summoning events that is going to be coming up really soon. So with that all being said, thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it, everyone. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Really do appreciate it, everyone. If you want to help out, toss a quick like. It means a whole bunch. And of course, more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, all that fun stuff should be popping up on the screen right about now. Over 80 Raid Shadow Legends videos on the channel now, so feel free to check them out if you're interested in more content. With that being said, have a fantastic day, everyone. Take care. And until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.